It's story time.
And hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? It's so good to
Doing
have.
quite well.
Yeah, it's so good to have everybody here.
I am doing great for
Yes,
I am doing great for a very old man today.
Happy
that's right.
birthday.
Yeah, happy
Thank you,
birthday. Yes.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
birthday, old man.
Yeah. Uh huh.
thank
The
you, thank
youngest
you.
one on the panel and complain about being
I
the
I am 43 years old. I feel it in my knees already.
you're the youngest
Well,
person
I
in the
don't.
panel.
We don't know.
I'm
I
just
don't know how old Blackheart Knight is, so we can't. I don't
I'm
know that.
44.
Oh, okay. So by 1 year, he's
Well,
youngest.
yeah, about 1 year. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I got you.
So where did your sister end up taking you yesterday?
Well, we went to this New Orleans style restaurant called Copeland's in Jacksonville, and it's
Oh,
pretty
okay. Because
good. Had a live band in there playing French Quarter music, New Orleans style,
Oh, that
music.
sounds. Oh, that sounds
It was so
very
fun.
very fun. That is very fun. I had not been in New Orleans for a long time, and I do enjoy the French Quarter.
that
Yeah, and
did
even
sound. That
had,
does sound like fun.
but if you go to the other side of the restaurant, they had the bar and it was throwing beads at ladies, and they was lifting up their shirt and throwing beads at them.
Oh,
Oh,
Standard New Orleans fare.
yeah, that sounds like that. Yeah, standard.
Yeah, but
Very very
you had
standard.
to be a certain age to go in there.
Yeah,
well,
I
yeah.
would imagine so. Were you old? Were you old enough?
Oh yeah, of course I was old enough.
Because you being still a youngin.
Of course I was old enough. It was a pretty good night, especially
What's up,
what
Hez?
Yes.
especially
Hey,
what's up, Hezekiah?
how's it going?
Going
Doing
all right.
well.
Especially was it but the banana Foster? That was pretty good.
Oh,
Banana
fancy.
Foster.
Gotcha.
Hey,
Yeah,
was it
that
Did they
is
sing
everything
very
to
was
good.
you?
I'm just
everything
thinking
was
about.
Cajun. Cajun
Oh
and
yeah. Oh man,
Did
that
they
is.
sing to you?
you know what they actually did?
Oh,
Actually did the big
that's
they
so nice.
New Orleans style band. They sang Happy Birthday, and I guess in the French Quarter style. I never heard it like that before, but it was pretty good.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I just think about the great restaurants that I know. This you went to Daytona, but the great restaurants that are in New Orleans. I'm thinking about Dean's and their barbecue shrimp.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Oh,
Not
yes.
not just for last night. I really wanna make a trip to New Orleans now.
New Orleans is a
French Quarter.
yeah, the French Quarter is a wonderful city to visit. There are nice places to stay within the French Quarter or just outside the French Quarter. Of course, the place I have not gone to the Garden District yet. I need to go there because the Garden District I've heard really nice things about. But the French Quarter is it's just it's a nice experience when you go visit New Orleans.
But I did learn something last night. Roll Bonte, roll on, whatever. Something. What did it? Roll Bonte, roll on. I don't know what it means, but they just kept saying it. I could be, I could be cursing somebody out in French. I don't know.
What did you just say?
He
I
got
don't
one.
know. I don't know. I don't know.
Repeat it.
Roll on, something, something.
Were you in New Orleans? New Orleans?
I was in New
No,
fun.
he
Orleans
went
style
to
restaurant.
a New Orleans style restaurant for his birthday.
All right, so they were speaking Cajun. All right, that's why it don't make no
Yeah,
sense.
That's
Cajun.
Cajun. Yeah, it's Cajun, like French Cajun.
because
That,
Cajun is
I'm,
pretty much a primitive form of French.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I did hit him back with the gitchy ya.
Get you.
Beaucoup cher avec toi ce soir. I almost hit him with that, but that's the song.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Yeah,
Mama say,
Which
Mama
I
sama makusa. Mama say, Mama sama makusa.
Which I found out later on what that really meant.
Oh man, yeah. It's not clean. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
What? French song
Voulez-vous-
not playing?
Yeah. Not clean. No. Voulez-vous.
So it's everyone doing great. We know that Rob he had a great birthday. It's always good to have a great birthday.
And especially like I told you, the beads part. Like I said, I went in there, but I saw a couple of boobies, but I came out.
Oh, boobies?
And saw a couple of boobies. He didn't go to jail.
Well, it was an
Is that actually Eagle Nick Audits in the
Is that really him or is that somebody's sock account?
I think that's someone's sock account.
Let's go check. I'm gonna go check his. Let me go. I can go to his channel. Let me go to the channel. We'll see when it was created.
Oh, please let it be him. Please let it be him.
It's somebody's sock account. There's
Damn.
no content. Somebody's sock account. So let him have fun.
Fraud Mania is in the chat. That's probably his sock account.
I
Yeah.
was gonna ask him why he looked like a dried up Q-tip.
It's a sock account, guys.
Fraud Mania, is that your account?
It
Will?
most certainly is not. So yeah. Okay.
Well,
Anyway,
he didn't say not. He
moving
said
on.
Mont.
It's a typo. Yeah. He was.
So it's good.
Somebody's just having fun, so let them have their fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them have their fun. I mean, Eagle Nick Audits will be here one day, maybe.
It's not him. It's a stock account. It doesn't even have any content. If it was Eagle Nick Audits, it would have content, some sort. Anyway, moving on.
Yes, moving on. So we were talking about The Boys before the show went live.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you, I didn't realize it, but season 4 already came out on Amazon Prime, so I'm going to probably have to start binge watching that sucker.
Well, it's past season 5 now. They just got done with season 5.
Okay, but if they have a show called the Boys, do they have one called The Girls?
No.
Oh God,
No.
I would hope not.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, the women.
Can you explain
the
what The
women's
Boys
superhero-
is for people who don't know what The Boys is? Because I
Okay.
didn't know when you guys start talking about it.
So The Boys is a show about superheroes in a world of superheroes.
David,
Okay.
why would you say that? Hold on. David, why would you say you're not needed or wanted here?
But yeah,
Why is
why
David
would
saying
you
that?
think that?
Yeah,
don't
why
know.
is he saying that?
I don't know.
Is that the real David E. Peoples?
Yes, it is.
He's got a wrench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, James, how's it going, buddy?
Hi, Jay. I'm not sure, David, why you're saying that.
I don't know
Everybody's
either.
wanted and needed here.
Yeah.
Buddy,
Everybody's wanted. I don't know.
my God.
What's going on.
go away.
I know, including Florida Mania.
Yeah, including Will.
Everybody's wanted here. Except Eagle Neck Audits. He can go
Yeah.
audit a bridge under it.
He's a bridge troll.
Bridge troll, yeah. That's what I was thinking. But get to why we're talking about with The Boys. It's about a world where you have superheroes that basically are conceited narcissistic jerks.
And most of them, I mean, some of them are controlled by a corporation named Vault, who markets them as your heroes.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that make them supervillains?
They are the supervillains, yeah.
At the end of the day, they are the supervillains, yes.
And
But
the whole
Real
point,
heroes.
the whole point of The Boys is the boys are the people, regular people who found out that the superheroes are actually bad.
Yeah, the group that's called the Boys in the TV show are the ones fighting the what they call soups and trying to expose them for what they are, nothing but a bunch of narcissistic jackasses. And they even have a few soups on their team who are the good guys.
Right. The actual really good soups is not that many. Most of them are bad, egotistical jerks.
Yeah.
With the one that most people saw as the head hero in the society is like the worst one of the bunch.
Homelander. Yeah.
Homelander, yes. And Homelander was basically raised to be a superhero. So
He was a test tube baby.
He was a test tube baby.
Mm.
And just imagine him growing up, probably being told all his life, "Oh, you're gonna be such a great hero. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be that." And the dude's warped big time.
Yeah, he's got a strange fixation with breast milk. He's
Wait a minute.
What?
that's
Am I? Maybe I don't want to watch this. I'm not sure what's going on. What?
There's some stuff in this show that even I was like cringing, like, no, this is too much. Like at the beginning of season 3, there's a thing where this guy could shrink, so he shrunk down small enough to crawl into certain orifices, and
I
I
Ray
heard
about that.
they told me
just
about
told us
that,
that.
and he sneezed and exploded. Yeah, Donna, I'm starting to think I won't. You're right, because I don't know.
I think this may be something I may pass on.
Yeah, maybe
I will
I'll
pass
just
on
take a
this.
pass.
But the story is good. It's just
It's
a
good
graphic
story.
in certain areas.
Very graphic. I mean, you remember the first episode where Homelander was basically staring at his picture in the Hall of Seven, their headquarters, and that's why everyone thinks he's doing. He's just staring at his picture. In all actuality, he was using his X-ray vision to spy on the head corporate lady.
Yeah.
By the way, Elizabeth
So
Shue
so it sounds like he has X-ray vision.
Always got a lot of the Superman's powers, but he's not as powerful as Kal-El.
he's got a lot of Superman's powers, but none of the morals behind, but that Superman has.
Looks like Donna. I think he did.
But one of his one of the weaknesses of his powers was demonstrated in several episodes. Have been demonstrated in several episodes. Superman can stop a plane in mid-flight. He can do that. It's been seen on movies and other shows. Homelander can fly up to the plane, but he can't grab it in mid-flight. He can't stop the plane.
Right.
So he's the Wish version of Superman.
Yeah, the Wish version
Okay.
of Superman. That's good. That's good.
That's about what you could say about him, the Wish
Yeah.
version of Superman.
When you order Superman off Wish, you get Highlander.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. But yeah, and
But
they
this-
did there was one channel that did an analysis of what would happen between a fight between him and Omni-Man. Of course, Omni-Man came out on top because the sheer power differences between the two of them. I mean, Omni-Man can destroy a planet, while apparently Homelander doesn't have the ability to take out his enemies. I mean, that's his weakness as well. If he sees you as a threat, he really doesn't come after you too much. If he sees you as a coward, he goes out of his way to kill you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know the show is called The Boys, but is there any girls on their team in this series?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of them. Like one of the main good female soups is a character named Starlight, and she's a very moral person.
she's one of my favorite characters in the show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what is her powers?
She has it. She's got super strength. She's got very tough skin. and she's got an ability that if there's any light around, she can use it to blast her opponents. And the stronger the light around her, the stronger her blasts are.
She sounds like Rogue.
Mm,
No.
that's more like Jubilee in a
Yeah.
sense.
And
She can't absorb powers. The Rogue absorbs people's powers.
The Rogue absorbs powers.
Yeah, and Starlight doesn't absorb anybody's powers. She has her own set of powers. Now, I don't think I've seen
this is
anybody in
something
this
I'm gonna
show that
watch.
can absorb. I don't think I've seen anybody in this show that can absorb powers.
not yet, but there's going to have to be one eventually.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I think it's too late to introduce them. I mean, the 6th season is probably going to be their last season because this comic book series ended with Homelander's death, I think.
Right.
Way to
Yes.
spoil that.
Well, yeah, because that should do it because you really can't. The only way you could destroy Superman is with kryptonite.
Well, there's plenty of other ways. I mean,
But you slow him down.
if you get him away from the yellow sun, our yellow sun, he tends to get weak.
But he better not
Yes.
go out at night.
Huh?
He's better stay in and not go out at night then.
Well, there's he's like a battery as well. He can retain a solar powered battery pretty much. He can have that using it too much during nighttime, but when he gets recharged during the day. In fact, there was a comic book where Superman ended up going to another planet to fight a bunch of xenomorphs where there was no sun fueling his power. And he almost got killed because he ran low on his power.
Okay. All
That's
right.
it.
then.
Yeah. As long as Superman's somewhere near a yellow star, he'll get his power.
Aren't they all yellow?
Well,
No, you got
Yes.
varying colors. You got some that are blue and some that are red. It all depends on the light spectrum.
Okay.
Like
All right.
red giants
Cool.
and the smaller ones can be blue. I mean, ours is a mid-sized star that's producing an average amount of heat.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not really good at that kind of stuff. So cool. Thanks.
So, but yes, I have finding out that I missed a season or two already of The Boys. I'm going to have to do my binge watching and catch up on it. And I'm looking.
I think I'm going to take a pass. Doesn't sound like
It's
it's going to
not-
be my.
It's not definitely for everybody. I will admit that. That's kind of why I was giving you all those warnings ahead of time.
Especially what I heard before we came on air. I'm like, oh yeah.
So
Yes,
it's definitely
not for everybody.
definitely not for everybody.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna. It's just not. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's my type of show.
Right. And it's okay because that type of show is very graphic, it's very violent. You have to kind of be able to see if the superheroes were real, would this be really them?
Well, I mean,
Instead,
I can suspend belief. I can handle graphic. I just don't. I mean, just doesn't sound like my cup of tea. That's all.
Well, it's understandable. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Each
It
their
wasn't the
own.
real Eagle Nick, Paul. It wasn't the real Eagle Nick. It was a troll.
No, that wasn't the real Eagle Nick.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Trust me, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about this if that was the real Eagle Nick. So, yeah, it just, I don't mind all that kind of violence or, stuff like that. It's just that type of crawling into somebody's body part and sneezing and blowing it up. That's just not my type of.
That's the only time it ever happens is that one time.
Well, yeah, but you also got
It's like
But if you
that
really,
type
if you
of stuff.
ever do see the show,
what's the name of the dude with the water guy with all those weird fish fetishes and stuff? And
the deep.
The deep,
Yeah, the
yeah.
deep. Yeah,
He was in
that
the
gets pretty
relationship with an
crazy too.
octopus this past season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a relationship with an octopus this past season.
Oh God.
Yep.
Come on.
And they show, and that's the thing about this show is they show like the octopus is stuck to his, and yeah.
Mm-mm.
He was in a relationship with an octopus.
Yeah, and they were actually
Yeah.
talking to each other a lot of times. He can understand sea creatures. That's part of his power. He can talk to them, and they talk back to him.
So he's a
Alright.
knockoff version of Aquaman.
Well, yeah, they're all
He's
based on.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm all right.
He's in a relationship with an octopus.
yeah. I mean, he has this guy has trouble dealing with actual human relationships, so he ends up in relationships with sea creatures.
Oh my God! I hate for them to get a relationship with a shark.
Yeah, he's talked to sharks before, and he's found them to be quite nice.
Okay. They're misunderstood, right? Is that all it is? They're just
Yeah, they're
misunderstood.
misunderstood.
Yeah.
Got it.
Wow.
You're right.
They're just trying to eat.
Yeah.
So there.
People.
People. Just stop going into the ocean when you smell like blood. Damn, it's not their fault, right?
That's right.
What they're attracted
I mean,
to.
That's
Well-
what they're attracted to.
Yeah.
Well, you do have chum. Yeah, I do know what
Chum
chum
is
is, right?
fun.
Yes,
Chum
I
is
know what
fun.
chum is. Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
That-
Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay.
Yes,
Can I-
yes, yes.
That's the
Okay,
deal I would suggest. I mean, it is
So-
kind of off the wall. So
Yeah.
Okay, Doc, I got a question for I already asked Ray and Hess and Blackheart Knight this question. I got a question for you.
Yes.
Oh.
go ahead.
Oh gosh.
Wait a minute, I think I did ask you this question. Was you there?
I don't
I
know.
think he was there. I think he was there for this
I
one.
think he was there.
If it's
about
the button question, he
Button-
was
button.
there.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, never mind.
He was there
Okay.
for the button question. Yeah.
Button question. Oh yeah. Would you push the button? Hell yeah.
He was there. Hell yeah.
I think it's broken.
It's
I
Sky
keep
Blue.
pushing it.
Die, everyone die. Give me my $1 million.
$1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million.
You only get to push the button once, Doc.
But here's my
Only one.
question for that: how do you know you're actually killing somebody with that button? Because people die every single second of every
That's what I
day.
said. That's what I said.
I
People
would-
are dying anyway.
I
That
would
was my theory.
I don't know. That's something. I don't know. That's just something. I would think. The man would say, "Okay, if you push this button, this." I would have said it would alert a sharpshooter to unallow.
You
the-
see,
the
we're
first
getting
person-
way.
See,
All
that's
the
not
question asked was.
What?
It's a very simple question, and everybody always has to throw in these what ifs. The simple question was.
Yeah, it was just a
You
simple
push
question.
the button, you get $1 million, but somebody dies somewhere. That was all the question was.
That's all.
There wasn't, but what if it was your family? What if it was this? What if it was that? That's not what I was asked. I
know,
was
but
asked
people-
this simple question. There wasn't all these what ifs thrown in. There wasn't, oh, now there's a sharpshooter somewhere. Now there's this. Now there's that. There wasn't all these what ifs thrown in there.
What-
This is
no,
what
it
people
wasn't.
tend to start doing.
No, it wasn't.
You
but the-
asked
the
me a
que-
very simple black and white question, and I answered a very simple black and white question
Yeah, and I was very surprised at that answer coming from you. But yeah,
because it was a
you asked
very
the
black
question.
and white question. There wasn't all these what ifs thrown in.
And I have just asked that question in a poll, and we are waiting for some. We're going to let everyone kind of give everyone a little bit of time to answer it. Yes or no? Would you push the button?
But someone dies. There's
But
not all
someone
these
dies.
what ifs thrown in. It's a very simple black and white question. It's not a sharpshooter on a roof is waiting to kill someone, or it could be one of your family members, or it could be your
Wait a minute,
pet rabbit dies. No, it's somebody
it's a very
dies
general
somewhere.
question.
Yes.
Very black and white general question.
Yeah,
You
just
get
a
the
black and
$1
white
million,
question.
somebody dies.
The question was if you was presented, you know, a duffel bag full of money was $1 million, and all you had to do was push the button, but one person in the world dies, would you push it?
Right.
And you don't
And
know
he was
who this
surprised.
person is. You don't know
Yeah.
who this person is.
Right. And he was surprised because I said yes, because he presented me with a very black and white question. But then when I said yes, he's like, but what if it's a family member? But what this? But what that? No, the question you asked me was somebody dies. You didn't say all these things like, well, what if it's a family member? What this? What? No, that's not what you asked me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But now
But I'm
let me throw this curveball. What if that person is you?
No, it's
And
not
I
gonna be.
die, and then my family gets the $1 million.
So it
I
becomes
don't
an
care.
altruistic
I'm not afraid of it.
button. Then it becomes an
What?
altruistic issue. You just sacrifice yourself for the benefit of your family.
Yes.
Right. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm not worried about dying.
Well, Leo have a
Any of
lot
you
of
up
cat
here
treats.
should know
Then.
that. What?
Leo have a lot of cat treats. Then he'll be the
sure
richest
would.
cat
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, he'll have a second breakfast all the time and second dinner.
He'll be taken care of. Exactly.
He'll be a literally known fat cat.
Yes.
Leo can move in with me and he'll have 3 sisters.
He'll be taken care of just fine where he is.
You know, and I would let Leo do anything he want to do because I'd be even clog my curtains because I'd be scared to bat him down because he may sue me.
He doesn't do that though. That's the thing. The thing about Leo is he's real good about scratching where he's supposed to. He has the scratch pads, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when he's like wanting to scratch or something, he goes right to his scratch pad and he scratches real bad on that. He doesn't scratch up the couch or any kind of furniture or nothing. He goes right to his scratch pads. He's real good about that. He always has been.
Well, Leo need to come teach my cat how to do that. You know, knocking over catnips and plants and
You
everything.
can teach your cat how to do it though. That's the thing.
I know I can't do, but it's just I don't know. I don't know what
But
to say about my cat.
we didn't
He
have
just
to.
have a different personality.
Yeah. See, it all depends on the cat though. That's the thing. You're right about that. If your cat has the personality, then he's gonna, but if he doesn't want to, he ain't gonna do it. That's cats. They do exactly what they feel like.
You're
do
hitting the nail right on the head about cats. They
Yeah.
will do exactly what they want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? That's why.
But yeah, if I'm the one who drops dead, because if somebody presents you with this scenario, there's something nefarious going on because this just doesn't happen, right?
Right.
So if I'm the one who drops dead, then I am. And then my family, Leo, he's taken care of. You know what I mean? That's good. I don't care. Any one of you up here should know that at this point where I'm at, I'm fine with it. And they all get the $1 million. I'm good.
Yeah. So let's see the results. I'm going to end a poll. And it's 60-40. 60% yes.
See?
Yeah. Hey, David, people. See you're back, buddy.
Oh,
All right.
bunch of, yeah.
David,
Yeah.
we need a dad joke. You have to give us a dad joke.
David.
But yes, that I think the answer was for me was yes. People are dying everywhere, almost every second of the day. So by pushing the button, is that really what killing them, or it was just like this person's time to go? So
Well, the question never said how the person dies. It just says,
the person
one person,
died.
just one person in the world. If as soon as you hit this button, one person in the world, will die. You don't know who this person is, and you don't know how they're gonna die. So
Right.
that's how you get $1 billion. All you have to do is push the button.
But that's my thing is people are dying every day in the world.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. And if I can help my family and myself with this $1 million, like CyberX or somebody said, or I think it was David or Paul Cohen said, I cannot push that button fast enough. With the state of my bills right now, and I know my sister's bills right now, I cannot push that button fast enough.
Right.
And I know that shocked Mr. Thomas, but
Yes,
sorry.
my jaw literally hit the floor when you said that because I don't, I wouldn't expect that from you though, Ray. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I know I'm nice. Yes, I'm a nice person. I am. I try to be nice. I try to treat people with respect. Yes. But at the same time, I got bills to pay. You put $1 million in my face.
I expect that from Friday Comedy Show, but not from you though. But that's what my jaw hit the floor.
It doesn't make me a bad person. It makes me an honest
No.
person.
Don't make you a bad person at all.
Makes me an honest one. So, and any one of you up here would be just as tempted.
I wouldn't even let the guy finish the question.
Well, if the question was if you
How
push
would
the
you let me
button,
finish?
if you push that button, and it will, like you said, trigger the hitman to take someone out, would you push the button?
No,
Right.
Because that's deliberately taking someone out that's probably not due to go.
Right, exactly. But that was not the question. The question was,
But that wasn't the question that was put to me.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Ooh, you know what? I just thought of that. Like, if you really think about it that way, the question was if you press a button, will someone will die? Not if you press a button, someone will get murdered because you press the button.
Right. So if it was somebody gets murdered, no, I'm not doing that. Somebody will die.
It's all in the wording.
It's in the wording. Somebody will die. But, a lot of people die every day that are there could be due to die. They're supposed to go out and get hit by a bus. I don't know. Take your chances every day in this world. But if somebody was like, right. So if somebody was like, take this $1 million and then we're going to go out and strangle someone. No, I'm not doing that. It's like I'm paying for somebody to get murdered. No.
Where can we Final Destination style?
Final Destination, those people were supposed to die anyway. Death was just coming to collect the due.
Exactly. And then the one person cheats it, and that's why they're running away from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And David E. People with the dad joke of the day. Why did the fraudster's bicycle fall over during his fraud it?
Because it was too tired. Oh, that's delicious. That's awesome.
All right. And
because it was too tired.
And that person and in the original Final Destination, the person that cheated it originally and thought he got away with it still died in the end.
Yeah, because you can't cheat it. No matter how hard you try, no matter how far you run or how long you think you can cheat it, you can't.
I mean, death got him in the end. He was walking around. He was in Paris, and then a sign fell on him.
Right.
Oh wow!
You're not gonna cheat it.
Well, that's the way to go. Was it? See, I never seen the first Final Destination. So the sign fell on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the end, doesn't matter how long you cheat it, you're still going to. You can't for it's going to come for you. So those people were due. But if somebody's going to deliberately hurt you or murder you because you took the $1 million, no, I wouldn't push the button then. That's a totally different story. But if it's your time, then why wouldn't I say, okay, I could take this anyway, that my family benefits. All of my family.
Oh my goodness. Paul Cohen. I told my
everybody in my house can hear me talking.
I told my psychiatrist one night I had a dream I was a wigwam. The next night I dreamt I was a teepee. He told me I was too tense.
Yes.
Wow.
Ooh, And Donna
I
Ray. Donna Ray.
I got a joke.
You got a
I have
joke?
a joke. I do.
Okay.
What do you call a person with no body and no nose?
What do you call a person with no body and no nose?
With no body and no nose.
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
Oh,
knows the
Nobody
trouble I've
knows.
seen.
All right.
The answer was in the question. Okay. Nobody knows.
What do you call a deer with no eyes?
Oh,
What?
what?
No idea.
No idea.
Oh, dear.
And
What do you call
Donna
a deer
Ray.
what do you call a deer without no Peter or eyes?
What?
No effing idea.
Oh, no effing idea. Oh my god. That's
I think
that's really good.
I think I said this one before, but I'm gonna say it again. What did the pen say to the paper?
What did it what say to the paper?
Pen.
What did the pen say to the paper?
What did the pen say to the paper?
I dot my eyes on you.
I can't take my eyes off of you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And Donna Ray, I know what there was a movie that I saw, oh my gosh, I don't know, long time ago where a person got into a tiny bed and it caught on fire. Of course, scarring that individual. So yeah, whenever I say a tiny bed, I think about that movie. And that's probably one of those reasons why I probably won't get into a tiny bed.
Wasn't that a Nightmare on Elm Street movie? A Freddy Krueger movie?
This
God.
movie,
Got it?
the movie I'm thinking about was not a Nightmare on Elm Street. But it was like a B horror movie. Oh, it happened on Final Destination 2, Donna Ray. Okay, but yeah, but this was even before Final Destination. This is this movie was a B rated, B horror movie that I saw like late night on Cinemax or something like that.
Because I remember watching a Freddy Krueger movie where I guess he kissed a girl and she burnt up and something. It was a long time ago.
That was the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5,
Yeah.
The Dream Child.
I'm like, did she just burn up?
He was in her dream, and he turned her into a baby, trying to burp her. Excuse me. So I mean, he pretty much kills you in your dreams, and he he was trying to. He turned her into a child because he was trying to recreate her childhood traumas.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
So he had her attached to a baby chair and was force feeding her because she hated being fat, and so he was force feeding her until she couldn't eat anymore, and then then he treated her like a baby, patted her on the back, and got her to burp, and she vomited out all the food, and then he continued the torture.
Yeah. I remember it like I was watching it yesterday.
So anyway,
Yeah.
All I know is I hated the movie Nightmare on Elm Street. I watched it with my two cousins, and that night we all crammed into one bed. This one twin bed that was against the wall, and I had to sleep on the outside, the very outside, because I was the youngest, and I didn't sleep a wink that night. It was very unfair.
well, I've got all of them. I watch them regularly.
I am not one for blood and gore horror movies. I like more like psychological thrillers and the like. Things like that.
I was, a while ago, like me and my cousins, we was talking, and we was talking about all the horror movies that was made. And then we got to the horror movie Candyman. And that's when he came to my cousin said, when they do make a horror movie and they put the black guy as the as the killer, as the horror, they put him in the projects and he has beads. But you could go to, you got Jason Voorhees. He's out of space. He's at Camp Crystal Lake. He's at another camp, but has a potato sack over his head. Oh,
Well, that's part 2. That's the same camp. He never left Camp Crystal Lake, and
that's right. Because the first one,
New
it
York.
was his mother killing him. That's right.
And the first one, it was his mother killing everybody. And the second one, he had the potato sack. And he got the hockey mask in part 3.
Yeah, I have to say, out of all of them, I have to say the second one was more scary because he did. That's the most scarier Jason than with the potato sack.
Oh, but
I'll tell you. Oh wait, quickest, easiest, and cheapest Halloween costume I ever had. I already had a flannel, so I just cut a hole in a sack and put it over my head. Boom.
I was potato sack Jason.
Yep.
Potato sack Jason. But as he got evolved, Jason, his mask actually turned silver, didn't it?
What now?
Didn't his mask actually get shiny or something when he went into space?
His mask got damaged all the time.
No, he's talking about Jason X when he's wearing like the
Jason,
outer
his
space
mask got
outfit.
destroyed and rebuilt by the nanites.
Oh,
David's here.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, what's
David.
up, David?
David, so David, you were up all night?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
wondering where the
I heard
sun was, and
sun
then it dawned on me.
Yeah, you were waiting for finding it out. It didn't dawn on you. Okay.
oh wow.
You were up all night, then it dawned on you. Okay, har har har.
So, hey, Ray,
Yes.
you know what people that you know who irritates me the most?
Me?
No,
Oh,
Me?
no.
Hezekiah.
I just have to throw it
Eagle
out.
Nick audits.
You know who bothers me the most? Who? People
I
who
think
irritate Al.
Oh,
I'll
Oh,
go in with that one. Okay. So I just want to give him credit where credit's due.
who bothers you the most?
Who bothers me the most? Pretty much whoever's in the White House. Pretty much whoever's in the White House at the time.
That's about
Okay.
anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you really going to talk politics? Really?
No. That's why it's
Okay.
pretty much whoever's in the White House, and that's every politician there
well,
is.
I have to say, even though we're not going to talk politics, but the presidential race has certainly got a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a very, very interesting race.
Is it though? All right.
Yeah.
is it me or do I hear Al? That's what I hear.
Who?
Was it that?
Who hears an owl? Who?
Who?
Oh,
I'm not the only person that hearing this owl, right?
I don't hear any owl.
I hear like a bad imitation of an ambulance.
yeah. That's what I'm hearing too.
That's
There's a
David.
bad imitation of Ric Flair.
I was doing that. I always been able to do that with my mouth for some reason.
What was that about Ric Flair?
Oh, bad imitation of Ric Flair. Woo!
I mean that.
Yeah, that.
I mean, Ray, you live in Oregon. Pretty sure y'all have owls out there, right?
We also have Bigfoot.
You know what? That's true because they do live. You do live in the Pacific Northwest.
But Bigfoot is, from what I heard, unique
And
to
then-
Oregon.
But then again, that could be Georgia transparency that made its way to Oregon, leaving tracks all over the
Oh, they have
Pacific
big.
Northwest.
They have Bigfoots all over the place. There are Bigfoots in the southeast. There's Bigfoots in
Yep.
Texas. There's Bigfoots.
They're just referred to as something different.
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Or
Sasquatch,
Skunkin.
yeah.
I remember when
But
I was
if you
growing
go-
up in Fort Worth, there was the famous case of the Lake Worth monster that they never did quite figure out what happened, but they had like 40 witnesses. This was this big hairy white thing that looked like a Bigfoot. They had about 40 witnesses that saw it chunk a car tire 150 feet one night. They never did
Wow.
figure out what was going on. That was back in the late 70s. But they never did quite figure out what the heck was going on.
Have
Wasn't
you all
Glen
ever?
Serio, was it?
I'm sorry?
Wasn't Glen
Well,
Serio,
okay.
was
All
it?
right, so we're bringing up Glen Serio
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we're bringing up
yeah,
Georgia
yeah,
Transparency. I just have to throw this in here real quick.
Oh my God, what is that smell? It's my poop bucket. What?
All right, when I hear this, guys,
Oh, Family Guy. No, but have any of you ever heard? I know y'all heard of the Chupacabra, right?
Yeah, I've heard.
yes. I've heard of it. Yes.
I mean, you
And,
normally find them, like in Mexico or Texas, that in the southwest of the state.
But I still don't see why that's that big. I don't see why it's that hard. I mean, we find new species of stuff every day. Why is it so hard to think there might be something like that out wandering around deep in the woods where nobody ever goes? I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility anyway.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. It looks like
So-
David has something for us to read. Why does it say David? Interfering with himself.
I believe that would actually happen with him. He would actually get himself arrested for interfering with himself. I believe
Oh,
that
have
would.
you guys seen this? Are y'all familiar with the Cameo site, with the Cameo website?
Yes.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I-
Yeah.
Reyes has now got a page on there, and for $50, he will record a happy birthday message to anybody you want. You can tell him what to say, or retirement, or it's the most obscene grifting I have ever seen in my life.
So does what's his name? The
I got the link right here. Hang on a
dude
second.
that's on the run. It's Direct D.
Direct D's got one too, I think.
Yeah.
I thought they caught him already. Or he turned himself in.
Direct
Direct D's still on the run, I think. I haven't heard about him getting caught.
The longest you stay on the run, the longest when they finally catch you, or or you get caught, that's gonna make it even worse.
Well, there is a statute of
Yeah,
limitations
that's
on
why
the
the
law.
boys are about that.
Trying to run that out.
Thing about that though is that yes, longer you stay on run, the least likely they're going to allow you to have bail.
That's for
next
sure.
time. Yeah. So
But
if he
is that
gets,
even the dude in Michigan, what's his name? He
Yeah, he's
didn't
on
show
the
up
run,
to
but
court.
he's doing those cameo things too. Where he'll record a happy birthday or a
Yeah, I just loaded the. Hey, if you want to take a look at it, I just loaded the link in the chat, in the private chat.
well,
I should have did that and had him say the law correctly, the First Amendment.
what are you gonna do correctly?
No, what I should have said was I should have paid 50 if I would have knew about it, paid $50 and have him quote the law correctly.
Oh, read the First Amendment all the way through
Yeah,
correctly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Quote it correctly.
I want them to read Poster 7 correctly.
No
yeah, all
kidding.
the way through. Read it all the way through.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the way through. Yes. I wonder if
All the way
I
through
wonder if
correctly.
I wonder if I was to pay that $50, for him to read that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
think
would be
if you
funny.
pay, they
Yes.
do whatever, like they say whatever you want them to say. You know, you give them instructions, is what it said, and they do what you want them to say. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, he said for $50 I could trash you if you want, give them a happy birthday. Then there's a lot of other things he'll say. Hell, I figured at one point I might as well pay $50 so he can trash me on that. I could just spread it around.
yeah. So I
Okay.
think if you ask him to read, poster 7 all the way through with that one section, they have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Or
pay
they got-
$50.
Or they would have to refund your money.
Exactly.
So that
And
would
then
be
you could have
fun.
all kinds of
We
fun
got
with
a
that
pool
online.
together. If we got a pool together and raise the $50, if we did that, if we made them,
We just,
But I have-
just every time there's a video of him going to the post office, we just plug that in where he reads the whole thing.
Okay, one more
Now,
question about
that might be worth the money. That's
so
Man, I've got a clip of Ask Elmo trying to read that portion of poster 7. Billy does a half-assed job of it, and I have to finish it. I use it occasionally whenever I'm doing a post office video.
I think that would be good. It would be great if we made them do that.
well. Let me try this off the top of my head. I was thinking about not doing this, but let me see if I can get the whole First Amendment off the top of my head. Okay. Oh man! All right. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof. I remember that part. Nor abridging freedom of speech or freedom of the press or the right to peaceably assemble, no, right of the people peaceably to assemble together and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. I think that's it.
Shall not be
no.
infringed.
No. You got it all wrong. I got it right here in front of me. I'm going to read it to you verbatim. The First Amendment. If you're holding a camera, you could do whatever you want with no consequences.
Oh, I forgot that part. Sorry.
What's the Third Amendment?
That's the original corollary to the First Amendment.
Yeah, what's the Third Amendment?
And actually, they misquote the Third Amendment all the time because it doesn't say you can never have soldiers in your house. It says during peacetime, soldiers shall not be quartered in houses, and during time of war, soldiers may not be quartered in private residences except as provided by law. That's what it actually said.
Right.
No
If
soldier
you're-
shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house without consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law.
There you
That's
go.
what it says.
Can you all teach them the amendment correctly?
He's
you
not
can't
going to
teach
learn.
the monitor anything.
I mean, the Fourth Amendment.
Well, they just don't want to learn. Remember that night that Rogue Nation came on to was it Will Stream, I think it was, and kept trying to misquote cases, and Will and a couple other people and me managed between the four of us to pretty well slam him down.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
They don't know and they don't care. And
I
that's
mean,
the sad part.
they misquote the Fourth Amendment. They don't follow the Fifth Amendment when they invoke it, and they just completely ignore the 10th Amendment. So, it's pretty
You
much.
don't want to get one of them, ask him to recite the 28th Amendment.
They know, they just don't give a damn. Do you remember that time whenever Goat Boy and I were having that argument over that Illinois law? He kept on misinterpreting it in front of his fans, and I kept on correcting him, and his fans were trying to correct him on it. He didn't care.
No, they never do.
That guy is something else. Was it Dr. I don't normally watch Dr. Dave as a rule, but he had something about Goat Boy on a couple days ago, and Goat Boy is definitely losing it. That boy needs
Oh
to
yeah, he's
Oh,
not
def-
just losing it; he's lost it. He's
Yeah.
He tried to tell Blackheart Knight, and he made a video, a short, not a whole video, but a short about me, saying that we shouldn't have channels because Blackheart Knight works for government, and I did. So we shouldn't be able to have channels.
But we don't
Yeah,
have the
let's be
right
out
to
too.
We don't
channel.
have the right to have channels.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
that
you
would
don't
let
have
me
the
out
right
too.
to have
Al
one.
Blackhorn.
If you want to turn it around, you don't have a right to have one either.
Mhm.
First Amendment don't give you a right to have a YouTube channel.
No, it does not. The First Amendment, at the end of the day, all it gives you permission, the rights to do, is to criticize your government
Right.
without
besides,
repercussion.
And besides, YouTube is a private entity.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they always get like things wrong, like prior restraint. I love how they screech if a
they
cop
butcher
stands in
prior
front of their
restraint.
camera. They're like, "It's prior restraint." Do you even know what prior restraint means? No, you don't.
They have
All
no
prior
idea.
restraint is that a court cannot issue something banning the publication of something simply because of its content before it's published. That's it.
Right.
Right.
But they think prior restraint is somebody standing in front of their camera. It's what they think it is.
What's the one like
They-
creepy David like? What's the one like creepy David like the quote about the when you goes around looking into police cars and everything?
Oh, I was about to talk about that one.
Yeah,
yeah,
he
that
got
one
three.
was.
Plainview Doctor. I'm like, I thought that was for the police.
That's more for police officers during an
I thought so.
investigation, not
Right.
the
Exactly.
average
Yeah.
person.
Oh, the plain view doctrine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plainview Doctrine has got
Yeah,
to do
they
with
think the
seeing-
plain view doctrine means they can, whatever they could see, they can film, when that's not true. That's
The Plainview Doctrine
police.
means if the cops come into your house looking for a kidnapped subject and they see 2 grams of coke on the table, they can seize it and arrest you for it. That's what the Plainview Doctrine is.
You left it out in
right.
plain
And
view.
during traffic stops, if they see something in the car, that gives them probable
Right.
cause
Exactly.
to be
That
able
gives
to
Right.
them all the calls they need.
right.
And these supposed to be, people that know the law, they don't even follow it or follow it
Well,
correct.
Well, here's the thing. It's pretty much the blind leading the blind.
Mm,
The fraudsters
right.
don't want to read the laws because it doesn't fit their narrative, and they're leading the blind to their followers because they are just as gullible as the fraudsters themselves. But the thing is, they're a little bit more intelligent and able to con their followers. I mean-
It's simple. Google anything you need is if you look up plain view doctrine, it's right there on Google. It'll tell you on Google any of this crap that they're trying to get their subs to swallow and have gotten their subs to swallow. It's right there on Google. They can look it up themselves.
But that's
Yes,
just
So that
too
would destroy
hard.
their narrative and their illusion.
They would have to stop recording to do that.
It's the government lying.
Oh, so the government is what Google owned by Google? The government owns Google and puts all lies on there just to.
Some of them think that. You would be amazed
It's all
what some
these
of them
corrupt
think.
cops changing the law, making them write it that way.
So you would be amazed what some of those folks think the government's capable of.
Yeah.
It's astonishing.
Like getting back to Sean Paul Reyes, he quit to say a sign is unconstitutional. Okay, that's not for you to say. That's for the judge to say.
Liberty Troll argued with you about HIPAA, Donna, and you work
Oh,
in
sorry.
insurance. Stop.
Okay, put it back up. Okay, there we go.
So he argued with Donna about HIPAA, and she works in insurance.
Yeah, and HIPAA it's very serious. There's people who's gone to prison violating the HIPAA law.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when we say violating, they're intentionally putting out medical professionals who are intentionally putting out.
Information about celebrities or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, yes. So we're not talking about incidental situations. We are talking about intentional. But there are people who lost jobs because they might mention somebody's name. Like I saw so-and-so at the hospital, and they're hospital employees. So things like so when you walk into a medical facility and the employee says, "Hey, don't record. You can't record." What they're doing is they're protecting the patients by following the HIPAA laws, and that is how they are enforcing HIPAA laws. You cannot record in this facility because we cannot guarantee that you're not going to release that information out to the public.
Right, and technically speaking, the frauders are correct in that they are obligated to create privacy, but that's what those policies and regulations and kicking their butts out for filming are all about.
Right?
They are creating privacy by kicking those lame idiots out of the building in the first place, and they have nothing to say. They have no right to be in the building if they don't have business in the building.
And
Period.
business being what that building is designed for.
Right, business not being go in and walk around and record things.
Right.
Now, harassment is not a business. Well, it could be, but it's not supposed to be. It's certainly not a legal business.
Hey, can somebody explain to me what was this huge press conference that that these fraudsters had? I was watching the Fraud Troll video, and I guess they were saying like this press conference that they never had.
Oh, that was Leonard Filipowski shooting his mouth off about nothing he knows and something he knows nothing about, as usual.
Yeah, it was garbage.
Right.
Yeah, because Taco Terry was there. I guess he got mad because I forgot one of the fraudsters didn't know who he was. But I guess he got bent out of shape or something.
Well, Leroy Truth is really kind of sad because he did back 15 years ago or 20 years ago. He did some very good journalistic work outing pedophile priests. He really did a good job. And I don't know what the heck happened to that guy, but he's a raving lunatic now. That one just completely stumps me. I remember him from the height of the Boston scandal, and he did some good work back then. But I don't know what happened to that poor guy. He's lost it.
Something probably fell on his head.
Very possible. Like a coconut, who knows?
You're right, Paul. You're right. The moment you go into a building or anywhere like where they have cameras and rules like this, you give them implied consent.
Can you
Right.
tell it?
Yes.
Can you tell it to the soft seats when they get in the car?
You can't tell these guys anything. You can't when they say, "Oh, but you got cameras in here. You got this, that, and the other." Those cameras don't go on YouTube. They don't. They don't hop down and put themselves on YouTube for anybody's entertainment, and they don't do it for monetary gain.
Thank you,
Nobody's
Ray.
looking at
Absolutely.
them.
That's right. That's perfect.
And nobody's looking at them unless there's an incident. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, they're like, "Oh, I could FOIA that." Go ahead. All you're going to get is a bunch of redacted bullshit. That's what you're going to get. So go ahead. FOIA that. FOIA it all day long. All you're going to get is redacted crap.
And
And I'll FOIA those cameras too, even though that there'll be no sound and there'll be redacted things on there too.
That's what I'm saying. You can go ahead. They say, I can FOIA those. I can FOIA that security camera. Go ahead. All you're going to see is redacted stuff.
Right.
So if you want to sit and look at redacted crap for an 8-hour day of nothing, go ahead. That's your business because that's what you're going to get. So if they say that I can FOIA that, then why have they not done it?
Because at the end of the day,
Well, and this thing about I can record anything I can see. Well, okay, but you know what? Your camera can see a whole lot further than you can with a 30x zoom.
Right.
And
exactly. Yes.
And then they say, if you want privacy, create it. Then these people create privacy, and then they take their goddamn gimbal and go over the walls and stuff with it. You know what? Then you're violating that privacy you told them to create.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was one a while back that had San Gabriel Valley SGV News, and he got busted for doing that at some police station. He was looking over the walls and then banged on a car. They were arresting some friend of his, and they jumped out and hauled his butt right in the car with him. So, I mean, there are limits. There are a lot of limits that those guys are pushing every day.
Yes.
I was going to
I said the same thing.
I watched a live stream once a while ago with DMA where he answered that question. He actually went and forwarded the footage from a building where he was arrested of his arrest. And it's like, see, guys, see, there are cameras. You could just FOIA it. See, it's like, well,
So
you're
Did he show
FOIAing
any of the
for-
footage?
Yeah, but he was FOIAing his arrest.
Okay,
Like, what did you prove? That you could FOIA your own arrest footage? Well, of course you can.
Congratulations.
Right.
but did he
Like,
FOIA anything else?
No.
Right, exactly. I thought they said they could FOIA the whole day's worth of footage.
Right, but if they did, what are they going to do with it? Watch an empty
Exactly.
hallway and people walking back and forth?
Right, exactly. That's all they're gonna get.
I am not
Good.
sure I want to know what DMA does with videos in the privacy of his own home. I really don't.
Any of
I
them.
think that's
Well,
a good question. What
that
any
one
of these guys
guy-
would do with a
Well, that one guy, when he was saying what I do with it, I could go home and put it on my computer, and I don't even want to repeat what he said, but it was pretty nasty what he said. You know,
Yeah, he
What- what
specifically
could
said
do
it. He's like, I could do that, and so what? I have the right to, so there. Meh.
Right. These are
Hey,
guys
let me-
who record
Um,
children, and
But let me ask you this question: Can they FOIA body camera from the police that have nothing from a situation that don't have nothing to do with them at all?
depends on the police department. That
Yeah, they do it all
I
the time.
regularly FOIA stuff, and it depends on the police department. If their policy states that you have to be the one that was involved with the incident, then you can't get it. But some of them don't give a crap. It really does depend on the police department.
Because I seen the video with Wolverine Transparency, and I guess he was following the police around, and they went to this one call, and it was a domestic violence call. The reason why he know that because one of the police officers left their cat open, and he recorded it. And he said he was gonna request the body cam. I'm like, why would you want to see
He probably
that
wouldn't
person's
get it.
problem?
Right. He probably wouldn't get it. Not on a situation like that. They probably would say no because he wasn't involved in it. So a situation like that, he probably wouldn't get it because he wasn't involved with it.
So yeah, but these the same people that like to tell other people to mind their business, but you
Right.
into these people business that's having a situation inside their own home.
right. And here's the thing that comes to my mind is also they're complaining about them leaving CADs up and all that kind of stuff. Well, if there was a domestic violence situation going on, those police officers they want to get into that scene as quickly as possible. Yes, they probably forgot to close that CAD or lock in the computer before they got out of the car, but sometimes seconds matter.
Right.
Well,
It's
and
already
Wolverine
happening,
Transparency
Spirit.
wouldn't know a truck if it hit him. I'm sorry,
It's
that guy.
already happening. It's already happening, Spirit. It's already, our rights are already being restricted in a lot of places.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And then you have what's the guy in your neighbor in your area, Ray, the Siberian
the
tiger.
Siberian kitten. Yeah.
Yeah, he quit to tell people, well, those are my police cars. Okay, get in it and drive away. Let's see what happens.
Right.
yeah,
I was like,
I've been calling him
"Please,
a
somebody tell
Siberian
them to
kitty
get in
cat
it."
lately.
Okay, with the FOIAs, guys, I'm going to tell you right now. This is why a lot of them only ask for paper FOIA, and then they don't really go and get their FOIAs if they say they're going to come back for them, because they do cost. FOIAs do cost. I've shelled out money for stuff. The thing is the body cams. It's the body cams that cost a lot of money.
Yeah, because they have to
That's
go
why I
pull them
don't
out, they have to
really-
redact them, and yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't really get a lot of the body cam, because it costs so much. It could be hundreds of dollars. One time, one of them I wanted was $600 it was going to cost me. And I'm like, no, thank you. But they do tell you in advance. Yeah, they do tell you in advance what it's going to cost you. And I'm like, no, thank you.
And this
That's
is the
why
body
when they
camera.
say, oh, I'm going to get the body cam for that, they never really do, because they're not going to pay that. You know what I mean? So they do cost.
Yeah, and they'll have a hard time convincing their sheeple to go to their GoFundMe to get it.
Lana gets the body cam. She must Lana must have a good bit of money to get the body cam, so because she gets them.
Yep.
I wanted to say something a minute ago with that comment from Spirit of Destiny about the rights being taken away. And this is something I pointed out on my show the other day. In fact, I think it was just yesterday. Every time one of these guys goes out there and is rude to somebody and calls somebody names and makes someone mad, and especially like when they pepper spray somebody or get in a fight with somebody or get a business call flooded or any of the things that these guys do every time they go out, every single one of those people is someone that they just created a voter who, if a politician someday comes down the line and says, hey, I want to pass a law making this filming in public thing illegal, they're going to remember, hey, I remember those guys. They're the ones that called me names. They're the ones that humiliated me on their YouTube channel. They're the ones that pepper sprayed me. They're the ones that tried to get me fired. Yes, I'm going to vote yes for that. So they are creating people who are going to vote to take away our rights. Thanks a lot, frauditors. You're ruining our rights, not helping them.
Yep.
And that damages legitimate cop watching, which there is such a thing as legitimate cop watching.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what
I mean, it's
about
gotten
the
lost in
lady
the
that
shuffle quite a
Georgia?
bit, but
Yeah. What about the lady that Georgia Transparency just literally terrorized? You know what
Well,
I
that's
mean?
that's
She's
a
gonna be
lot of
one.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a lot of them.
Recently, he just recently literally terrorized the lady. But she's going to be one
Mm-hmm.
that will probably advocate for no filming in public. And this is going to turn into no public photography on the streets eventually. Watch.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's going to be where you have to prove you're some kind of tourist. You're going to have to get some kind of license just to be filming in Disney World, probably.
well, I wish more people would follow up on with YouTube in particular about privacy strikes and using people's. I don't care what they say. No one has the authority to use someone's image for profit without that
Yes.
person's written consent. Period. End
Yeah,
of
they should
story,
have to
end of
file.
debate.
They should have to file consent forms.
Oh, what's
Right.
up,
In my
Night
opinion.
Chihuahua Life?
I'm
But
sorry.
some of these
Tiny.
folks who get recorded could sue the pants off these guys. I wish somebody would. I know in
But
some
don't-
states it's like you can sue for 10 times the entire value of the channel.
Well, you all are content creators, right? And pretty sure YouTube
no.
have to go over your content before it get posted, right? Before it get put up.
If you're
I
smart.
mean, they do. Yeah, they do some sort of check, but it's automated check.
Right.
It's usually not
But-
100%.
They're usually
Okay.
looking for copyright strikes and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, because what I'm saying is, if YouTube actually, check this stuff out, and they hear somebody say, "I do not want to be on your camera," I would think YouTube would say, "Okay, I will not." You will have to go back and edit them out since they don't want to be on your camera. So you have to fix this
I
before
think-
you post it.
I think
Yeah.
they should have to file written consent from everybody that's on their camera before they can put up that video. I think YouTube should require that, especially if there's
The thing you're
children
gonna get-
involved.
well, the problem with that is that fair use in the 1975 Copyright Act, they could also use fair use and commentary. It would get dicey. I mean, you should try for sure, but I could see where they could get around that one maybe.
And that's why they have the privacy strike process. The problem is, again, and we work on this. I know, other people on this panel and other people in general who have worked on it, trying to track these people down and contact them and let them know what the privacy
You're
what the
right.
process is.
I
But yeah,
I have-
Hez is right. If YouTube starts getting enough of those and it starts costing them money, they're going to do something about it.
And I've
Right.
have reached out to places before and tell them, hey, this is your. Try to tell them there. Some will. They don't want to talk to you. They are probably frustrated as a heck because of the harassment calls they were getting.
And I really can't get over the audit them video when he was at I don't know what office he was at, but the lady said she was an attorney and she know that she don't want to. I don't have to be on your camera. Then the cop comes. The cop says, "Well, he has to record because I don't want to get sued."
And that here's the thing is that cop was a coward and he needed to retire that moment.
I'm like,
Hmm.
you're the
I'm
city
sure
of
I am
Chicago,
quite
you have
sure.
attorneys.
Yeah, I am quite sure that Lays probably was on the phone with the chief or some very high
Somebody.
up. Yeah, somebody as soon as that was over to get him fired because you're not going to get. You had basically the city's attorney sitting there going, he can't do this. Get him out.
Right. And because
Well,
she
part of the
was
problem is the state law. Because the cops that, like in California in particular, the cops are really running scared because they don't get any support. I mean,
No, they don't.
do you know what it takes to get an officer's immunity pulled? It's just, I mean, it's nigh on impossible to get a police officer's sovereign immunity pulled. You just can't do it. I mean, the cop has to
Qualified
do something
immunity?
intentionally illegal. And even if they get sued for one of these fraudulent things, it's going to get dismissed as soon as the judge looks at it. And
Right.
but right now, a lot of them are running scared because these guys have cameras and they can post whatever they want on YouTube, and YouTube doesn't do a damn thing about it. You can ban me if you want for that on YouTube, but you don't.
Oh yeah, they know they don't because these guys bring them in a crap ton of money.
Pardon my language.
They do. They bring them in a crap ton of money. And that's what's their bottom line. Just like any other company, their bottom line matters to them more than anything else, even their own terms of service.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
Look at
Let me
every
interrupt you
time.
quick. In case you're wondering what that picture is that I put up there, that's my birthday present.
Yeah. I would tell you when you first put it up there at first, I thought it was a lightsaber.
Well, that's cool.
At first, then I said, "Oh, that's a pen." But still, at
That
first,
is
I'm
a-
like, damn, that's
That's
cool.
not just Doc, it's not just a pen, man. It is a Mont Blanc Ramses II Legrand fountain pen. They are incredibly rare. If the cap's made out of lapis lazuli, that's trust me. That thing, I've been looking for one for 20 years.
That really make my big pen look kind of cheap.
That would make your
Yeah.
car look kind of cheap.
So,
My
thing about Mont
Sharpie
Blanc-
S gel pen that's here is
So the
looking
thing about
kinda cheap.
the thing about that Mont Blanc pen, if you look at the end of it, at where it's got a white star, it's basically a Star of David.
No, it's the snowflake. It's supposed to be the snowflake of the top of the 6 peaks of Mount Blanc.
Right, but that was what he told
That
Hitler.
was the original idea. The thing about the Star of David is actually that's an urban myth that kind of took off, but there's nothing that really backs that up. I could be, I don't know, but I've never seen any evidence for that one. When they first put them out, they wanted something distinctive, and they came up with because Mont Blanc is the tallest peak in the Alps. They wanted to have something like if you were looking down at it. That's the story I got in it.
Kind of make me looking at this pen that I took from the bank kind of cheap now.
right.
I
The
mean,
giveaway pen at the bank.
Okay.
I can't afford those fine pens, you
It was the
know.
most
yeah.
expensive one I got.
Well, now
I'll
my
show you.
curiosity is up.
I
on
get
the
mine
one-
from the Dollar Tree.
There's some of my collection there.
Oh my gosh! So I'm just pulling up the pens online. You got one that's like $1,300.
For
Another one
a
almost
right pen.
no one almost $4,000.
Yeah, they're fountain pens.
$4,000 for $4,000 for a writing pen.
Oh, I can turn around tomorrow and sell it for more than that.
I'll show you what I got. I got this here triangle. And look, I got blue, yellow, and kind of pink. But it's like my primary colors. I can make anything out of this.
That's right, you can. That's true.
That's right. So there.
Sorry,
I got
Remember
this-
those
I swiped
pens
it. I swiped this from the College of Lake County.
Guys,
Well,
do you
we
remember
better
those
call it
pens
recording.
that we used to have where you could
I'm sorry?
click the colors down?
Yeah, the pen with
Yeah.
different colors on it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those
I
are
had
cool.
I had
I've
plenty
got
of
one of
those.
those. I still have
Those
one
are
of
pretty
those.
cool. Do you? Those are cool.
So yeah, I had to go to the website. I had to go to the website. Can you guys
Hey,
see
is
that?
Greg
Okay.
Jonick in here?
He was.
What is this? Hold on.
No,
Oh yeah, those are okay. Those are Meister Struck. Yeah, that's my. Well, that's just regular Meister Struck.
Uh huh.
Keep going. Now you're getting into a little bit more expensive stuff, but not.
Yeah, it's like this one right here. It's $1,000. Let's go
Hey,
down a
since
little bit more.
since we asking, is Tiny
Oh,
Chihuahua
here we
highway
go.
sauce in here?
Yes, they're in here. Do you see the
Oh,
price
oh, hey,
tag on
Highway
this?
Star.
As a collector, guys, I don't pay nearly that much. I've tried. Like the last one I got a couple of roller balls for a really nice fountain pen. There's a lot of trading stuff that goes on. I don't remember the last time I actually paid for a pen.
What's a
Probably about
rollerball?
6 months ago.
Explain it to me.
Yeah, that's a nice one. That Around the World in 80 Days is a nice pen.
David, you have to explain it to me. What's a rollerball? You mean a pen with the ball with the ball point?
No, well, there's three basic kinds of pens in the world today. There's ballpoint pens, which has a ball at the end of it that takes the ink and rolls it around, and you write with it. Everybody's familiar with those, Bics, that kind of thing. A roller
Yes,
ball
that's
is a
what I
little
do.
bit different. It has gel. It has a gel-based ink in it, and it distributes the ink based on the pressure you apply. And it's a lot smoother. It writes cleaner. And then a fountain pen actually has a reservoir of ink in it. Either you can have a cartridge, you can have a converter. A lot of pens have what are called cartridge converters. You can use either one. A converter is
How
one where
about
you refill it. And then most of the ones in that picture right there are piston fill. They're actually built into the pen. And you twist the end when you want to refill it, and you put it in a bottle of ink and refill it, and you use the same pen over and over and over again. And you can change ink colors, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. But that's
well, how
the
about
fountain pens were invented in the early 20th century.
well, how about we go back further when they used the tip of a feather and dipped it in the ink?
Oh, a dip pen. Yeah, those are still around. In fact, I've got one.
And
So
then,
I've got an old dip pen my wife inherited from her great grandfather. But yeah, back then you would use the thicker. Now, all in fountain pen, you use water-based inks. But with the dip pen, or if you do calligraphy, if you have calligraphy pens, those are that ink is a lot heavier. It's based on several different things you can base that ink on, but it's a lot heavier ink, like India ink, and you can you just dip the pen in and you write till you have to dip it in again and you keep writing. Those are pretty cool. Those are nice to use, but they don't have a whole lot of those anymore. Those are if you find a dip pen from the 1800s in good shape, it's worth a lot of money now.
okay.
I'll tell you that is amazing how much those pens cost. It just kind of
Yeah, but Doc, they appreciate a lot. Most of those pens, like if you look at, I don't know if you can see on the picture there, but if you look at the second black one from the top on the left, I bought that one 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and I think I paid like $350 for it then. It's worth $1,000 now, easy.
Oh my God!
They really appreciate over time.
Do it still right?
Sorry.
Do it still right? Does it have ink in it?
Oh yeah, you refill it. You can refill it I refill mine once a week, and you write, and then if you run out, you get bottled ink. You just have a big bottle of ink for whichever color you want. I've got like 5 colors sitting here, and you can just use.
For some reason, I could picture David using this pen and writing and talking out loud at the same time.
Actually, I am right now. I should bring it up. But they're better for the environment too, because those pens, get a fountain pen, and you can get cheap. Waldmans are very good. Yeah, Waldman makes very, very expensive pens, but they also have a really reasonable line. There's you can get a fountain pen. There's one country. I'll give one company that I really like a plug here. There's a company called Retro 51 out of Dallas. They make some of the best inexpensive fountain pens and rollerball pens on the market today. You got to check them out. That little short one on the left at the bottom is a Retro 51.
Dave, what was the name of that company again?
Retro 51. RETR, like Retro 51.
Okay.
So let me ask you this question, David. So if you was to sign, let's just say you was sign a piece of paper, and you use one of your fancy pens, and I was to sign another piece of paper, just using my big pen. Can anybody tell the difference with the ink? What type of pen it was?
You'd be able to tell the difference.
Wait. Using what? What kind? What your what kind of pen?
My big pen.
Okay.
Big.
All right. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I heard it right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I
you can
mean,
tell the difference.
I'm like, yes, because he has all these expensive pens, and I'm looking at my big pen sitting over here. I'm like, really?
All right, hang on a second. We'll conduct an experiment here. I happen to have a Bic pen for some reason. Right, it's not a big, but one of those kind of pens here. Let me use a Bic pen, and I'm going to write something with a Bic pen, and with my pen, I'll take a picture of it. We'll upload it here in a second, okay?
Okay.
So hang
That
on,
sounds
give
like
me
a
a
good
minute.
idea. See, our curiosity is up.
Let me do a couple of writing samples here. Give me a minute. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
I mean, Ray, what type of pen do you use, Ray?
I am partial to gel pens
Okay.
from the store. I like gel pens. Gel
Same
I
ink
here.
don't-
Yeah, same here.
To me,
from the store.
long as the pen writes, I really don't care. As long as it writes.
Yeah,
I'll
but
tell
I
you,
am
this
partial
is
to gel pens, gel ink pens. I like better than regular ink pens.
I
And
agree
do
with Ray
prefer
on that.
black ink. I like black ink over blue for some reason, but yeah, I like gel pens. I don't like regular ink pens for some reason. Ever since I discovered gel back when I was a server. Yeah, and if you stole my pen, I would come
Oh,
after you with a butcher knife, and I would slice your nose
Oh, so
off.
you was a server. What restaurant did you work in?
I work for Chili's.
Chili's.
Oh, I like Chili's.
I like Chili's. Yeah, I do too. We just recently got a Chili's in town.
But what I
Yeah.
wanted to say is like this is fascinating to me because I'm like Ray, I like the gel pens. And I thought like if I go to a store and I see a pack of gel pens, like 10 pens for like $5, I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to spend that much money on a pen. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I will, because to me it's worth it. And my cat takes off with the pens all the time for some reason, and so I am always needing pens.
Right, but my
Yours
point
Always.
is, if I see $5 for pens, I think that's a lot. This guy's spending like $1,000 for one pen. Like
Well,
I could
because
buy
that's his
4 million
hobby.
gel
That's
pens.
his.
Well, yeah, that's
No,
his
I'm
hobby.
not. I had no idea that was even a thing, that there were pens that cost that much. Like
I
it's-
didn't
Well,
either.
and there's one pen out there that's got diamonds. It's diamond encrusted. It's ridiculously. It's like $8 million for this pen.
And now I feel embarrassed because
They only made one of them.
money.
So, guys,
I write with $2
it's a
gel
hobby
pens.
and an investment. I mean, I could sell a lot of these and make a ton of money, but I'm hoping I'll pass these down to my son, and he'll pass them down to his kids, and so on.
Right.
It's a hobby.
No,
Ray's
my
right.
pens will not get passed down. I'm hoping to find a lot of them when we move and I move the furniture, because the cat has taken off with so many of my pens.
But thank you.
I still have the broken parts of. I had one fountain pen that was really nice, and it fell off. Took my son to the doctor one day, and I was filling out the paperwork and set it down, and the paperwork knocked off the counter and it hit the floor and just broke in like 5 pieces. I still got the pieces of that in a bag somewhere, and I've got another one that I can't find. I'm pretty sure is with that bag. If I can ever find those two, that would be great, because the other one I can't find was an anniversary edition. They're selling like $10,000-$15,000 now. I wish I could find that one.
Okay, David, you just
I'm
said you want to
sorry,
have those
8
pens.
million.
But yeah,
You
8
just said-
million, that's ridiculous. The most I ever spent was about 2,800 on a pen, and I sold it later for 4,000. So
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I could spend my money on so many things, not a pen. I mean,
it's not for everybody.
I know it's your hobby. It's what you like to do. I'm embarrassed now that I spend $2 on a gel pen. It's like
Okay.
when you ask me what type of pen I like, I'm like, gel.
But life is,
Black?
as the Retro 51 people say, life is too short to carry an ugly pen.
Well,
It really is.
Okay.
all I have
But
are regular gel black pens at clicky top.
But let me ask you this, David. You just said you want
Those
to
are
pass
good
those
pens.
pens on. You want to pass those pens on to your son, then your son can pass it on to his grandchildren, to his sons, right? To his children.
What if they don't? What
Right.
if they don't like that?
Oh,
What if they don't?
What if you?
Well, if they
what
don't
if-
like it, they can sell it and make a fortune.
But what if your grandkids actually using the pen to do his homework or do something
Oh,
else
shit.
with it? I mean, that's
Oh,
$4,000 going down the drain.
No, hopefully
No.
they explained to him that he shouldn't touch the pens for that manner of
Yeah,
they
yeah.
stay in
You
the yeah.
you pass them on,
They
and you
stay
my,
put
my
away.
son knows all about. My son, unfortunately for him, probably knows a lot more about pens than he probably wants to know.
That's almost that's
Right.
almost
You
like
don't
me.
give it to the grandkid to do his, color book, for Caillou or
Okay, here we
anything,
go. All right, I got the writing sample here. Let me upload it real quick and see if you can tell the difference. Hang on a second.
Okay.
But yes, while I was talking, I was writing. So that's how that works. You can do both. Okay,
So what
hang
I
on
mean
a second.
when he's writing and talking out loud, that means he's actually writing. He's actually saying what he's writing.
Okay, well, hold on. Oh shoot, hold on. I've got to make it smaller. It's too big. Hang on a second. Let me do this real quick. Sorry, I didn't think about that. I should have.
Hi, Stefan.
But I want to know about. But
Here
I
we
want to
go.
know about.
Okay, now.
I want to know more about Ray working at Chili's. What was the best part of work? What was the best part about working there?
The tips. I made more
Well,
money
of course,
working at Chili's than I did as a librarian.
Really?
I shit you not. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I could make
Wow.
$1,000 in a week in tips.
But did
It
y'all
wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all, but I can make more money working there than any other job I ever made in tips.
Oh, okay. But did the servers eat for free, or did y'all get a discount?
No, we had a menu reduced, like we could eat like reduced from a certain menu with only certain items on it, but we did not eat for free. Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
We got like drinks for free. Like of course we got fountain drinks for free, and we sold like French fries off the line and things like that. And of course, mistake, if there were mistake foods, like somebody ordered a burger and they wanted it well done, but it came like a little pink and they sent it back. We could eat that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But because we
Okay.
didn't pay for mistake foods. You know what I mean? We didn't have to pay for that. Our general manager was real nice. We didn't get made to pay for stuff like that. So
Well, that's nice.
yeah. So and then we were allowed to eat it. So it's like
See, that's the
Okay.
question.
we
I
didn't
asked
starve.
when I interviewed you last week.
Yeah, and then if you had time though, that's the thing, is like you didn't have a lot of time to stand there and eat.
No, you really didn't. Yeah, no, you really didn't. In the
Yeah,
hospitality
you had to eat on
industry,
the
you
run.
don't have time.
Yeah.
Not at
No, you
all.
don't.
Okay, I'm gonna show you two pictures. First off, here's the one that I did with the expensive pen. Okay,
Okay.
so let's take a look at this one first. I can't do them together; it's too big, but fit on here. So, all right, here's the first one. Wrong button. Here we go. All right, here's the first one. Oh wait, yeah, they are both on there. Okay, good.
Bring him.
Okay, Joe,
Can
blow
you
that
bring
up.
him center?
Yeah, I
Can you
am.
make him center, please?
Yeah, there you go.
I can't see it.
Okay, now see the top one there? That's done with a fountain pen, and the bottom one's done with the ballpoint.
It's definitely more defined on the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just more like one has more ink than the other.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm sorry, I'm not blown away. You know what I mean? Like,
No, well, no, I mean, but it writes so much easier. But you can write
I'm
with a
sure
fountain
it
pen all
does.
day and it's smooth.
it's like that's why I like gel over regular ink, because I think it writes more smooth. It's
Right,
not a
I
lot of
do too.
skip. It
I do
doesn't
too.
skip a lot. You know what I mean? There's no skipping.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
like Ray said, it's also admiring the artwork that goes into the pen and how it's made. And one of my bucket list things is to tour the Mont Blanc plant in Germany, and actually they'll give you a tour and show you how everything's made. And it is just fascinating. I think it's like just for the fountain pen nib itself, it's like 37 steps, something like that.
Man,
And they have guarantees. The nibs are guaranteed, and you can, if you say you buy a new pen, you don't like the nib, you can send it back and they'll put another one on. There's a lot that goes
what
with
the
it.
heck
But
is a nib?
the thing you write here? Well, hold on, I'll show you. The nib is the end, like on a fountain pen. It's the thing that takes the ink out. Fountain pens use capillary pressure, and it forces it out. And that's like, you can have one that gives a real wide kind of thing, like a calligraphy pen, or you can have one that's, a lot of businessmen have a fine nib. I usually use like a medium. because I teach and I use this with kids. So it's that way you can
Okay.
see it, but it's not big and messy. And it's kind of interesting because I use those at my desk all the time, and a lot of the kids will ask, what's that? It's an old pen, blah, blah, blah. I keep a bunch of disposable fountain pens on my desk, and I'll give them to the kids. And I've taught several to write cursive because they got interested in the pen. So it's a good teaching tool, too.
Do you teach high school, David?
Yeah. I
Do
teach
y'all
at a disciplinary campus.
Do
Do
the
y'all-
kids call you Boomer?
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness!
No,
Oh,
since
my
you-
goodness.
Since you talk about pens, you a teacher, so do you check papers with a red pen?
Oh, actually, I usually use blue or green.
I used red.
Look
I
at,
love
look
my
at
red
it.
pen.
Look at his ballpoint
Yeah,
gel.
hang on. I'm gonna put heads on center right there. Oh,
Ballpoint gel pencil. Okay, see, they all look bad. What can I tell you?
You're just saying that because you want your fancy dancy $8,000 pens to win out.
I don't have any fancy schmancy $8,000 pens. I have some fancy schmancy $1,500, $2,000 pens, but
Well, I don't know. It's a good investment, and you like to collect them. So I don't see anything wrong with it if you like doing it.
No,
it's an investment.
That is a good hobby. That is a good hobby to get into.
It's interesting.
It's a unique one. It's unique, that's for sure.
A friend of mine has one of the pens that was used on the Missouri to sign the surrender of World War II. That thing's worth a lot of money.
Who has that?
A friend of mine, a fellow pen collector.
See, David collect pens. Has collect comic books. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I collect booze.
And I'm sure some of his comic books are worth more than any of my pens ever thought about.
Wait a minute, you do that what, Ray?
Very, very true. Because there's
In the old days,
yeah,
not liquor. I know it sounds like liquor. The Thai booze, BOOS. The things with the stuffed animals with the big eyes.
Oh yeah,
I collect booze. You think it's booze.
Thai booze. Yeah.
She brought me one.
Yeah, those are those Thai booze. Yeah.
Oh,
Although I don't know
okay.
if that's an actual boo or if it's a
beanie, but no, it's not a beanie. It doesn't have a beanie.
is it a boo?
I mean, it doesn't have
It'll say on the
beanies in
tag.
it.
No, it'll say on the tag. If it's
Yeah,
a
it says
boo or-
original beanies.
Yeah.
It doesn't
it's
say
not- yeah.
booze, beanie booze.
Because they aren't making the booze anymore.
There's
I'll
another
have to go
shot
on the
of some of the
website
pens.
now. Yeah. They stopped making the booze. So I have to go on the website now. Yeah. But that's what I collect.
That's why I asked you, can you say it again? Because when you said booze, I was getting ready to ask
Yeah.
you what was your favorite brand of booze.
No,
Oh,
I
hey,
don't drink.
Star and Tiny Chihuahua are here. And Stefan's here too. Hey, ¿cómo está el luz, Stefan?
I don't drink alcohol. So it's not what I would collect. Although some of the bottles that these things come in are so beautiful.
the
but I don't
the bottles
Yeah.
are artwork within themselves.
right. I
Yeah.
don't collect that stuff. No.
I
Well,
I
used
don't
to
drink
collect,
anymore.
I do drink. So
I
I do
used to
drink.
collect football cards, but they got damaged. So
Yeah. But I'm a diabetic and all. I don't drink. So
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah.
Don't drink, don't smoke.
So we are
My
not.
old, my old man caught me when I was like 13 with three-fourths of a carton of cigarettes under my bed and marched me out to the backyard with a chair and a lighter and told me I couldn't get up till I smoked every one of them. Man, I was sick.
I
for
had to
a
do
week.
the same thing. It had no effect on me.
It worked with me, man. I have not touched a cigarette since.
I thought I saw that.
Unfortunately, that
Didn't
doesn't
I
happen. I can't seem to break.
Didn't I see that on the Andy Griffith show?
And he did something similar to Opie, I think.
What, did he? Oh, I never saw that one.
Every parent does that with the child they catch smoking. And with me, I got sick, but it didn't work. I still smoked. I don't know.
Yeah. So we are not that far away from football season. We are right around the corner. We already had our preseason games.
The
right?
Bears.
Go
The
Horned Frogs.
Bears. The
Yeah,
Bears
man.
won.
The Bears won the preseason game. That
No,
don't
They
they-
got rained out. How can a
But
football
it is
game
a
get
very
rained out?
big indicator of how they're going to do in regular season. I mean, look at that quarterback. Just look at that quarterback.
Right. They
Caleb
run
Williams.
technicality.
No,
They
you're
were
thinking of
about to
last
say-
week. No, you're thinking of last week, Mr. Thomas. Yesterday, they won 33-6.
33 to 6.
Who did they play?
Buffalo Bills.
Oh, okay. It
Well,
don't
there you
matter.
go.
I like when they lose. Well, of course, they play the same division as my team, Miami, and Miami won Friday night, so they beat Atlanta. So
So yeah, football's not that far
They're
away.
trusting him.
We're
They're
in
trusting him.
preseason.
Shush your face. They're trusting him to make decisions on his feet. They aren't micromanaging him. And that's something that's better than it's been in the last couple of years. So that's all I got.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom. Sorry, what was the question?
We're just talking about football in general.
Football?
Football, yes.
Hmm.
And I just made a comment that we are just a couple weeks away from regular season. And yes, my tiny chihuahua life, go Packers.
where they gonna
I
go?
thought she was my friend. I thought she was my friend. I thought she was my friend.
What's exactly where the Packers gonna go? Where is they gonna go?
Well, they're probably going to go to Chicago and beat
The
the
Fudge
Bears.
Packer Factory.
I mean,
They'll probably
you know,
they'll probably go to Chicago and beat the Bears.
I mean, Detroit is also in that division. I think, they got to get past.
Detroit couldn't even beat
Oh,
themselves.
I was very
Detroit
disappointed with
Detroit
not
got
getting
to the
Super Bowl.
championship game last season. I'm still.
I wanted Detroit to go to Super Bowl so bad. Historically, they have been such a bad thing, but it would have been nice to see them going and being
Couldn't beat themselves.
But hey, this is a new season. It'll be good to see Lions doing as well as good, and actually, beat the Bears.
You're going to be a panel of one pretty soon.
That's true. How we start. Traditionally, growing up, I have been a Cowboy fan, but
Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah.
We were talking about this before the live stream started about how they're America's team, and I don't remember getting asked to vote on that.
But
I'm still trying to figure out how they got that title, America's Team.
Did you get asked to vote on that? Because I didn't get asked to vote on that.
No, they've been. I'm still
I
trying
still
to.
love you too.
Yeah, well,
so,
some
I
things
mean-
are just so obvious that it's hard to, it's hard to deny.
David, tell me you're not a freaking Dallas fan.
I don't like the NFL much. I'm much more. I like college ball a lot more than the NFL.
All right, so we'll say you didn't get asked to vote on it either. Blackheart said he didn't get asked to vote on it. I'm sure Hez didn't get asked to vote on it. So I still love you too, Highway Star and my Tiny, even though you guys don't know anything about football.
Well, hey, Highway Star, since you live about three hours from me, which college team do you pull for? I'm guessing either A&M or UT, right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I'm guessing he's a University of Texas guy. That would be my.
Highway Star who he pulled for. I'm guessing UT or A&M, but I don't know. I'm just really.
Yeah,
Who's
UT
that?
is going to be my guess. UT would be my guess.
So,
Hopefully it's TCU because everybody should pull for TCU, but
Mm.
no. No.
especially when they play Florida State in Florida.
Ooh,
Me and Don.
I hear fighting words.
This is what me and Donna has to say about that.
Go Gamecocks!
So that's what.
They have Cox in their name. That's just hilarious. Come on.
Let's go Gamecocks!
You could make a lot of jokes about that, but this is a family show.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never
just
said it was.
say it is so, not Ohio State. Oh my
Oh no,
God.
no. Oh no on Ohio State.
Hey, you guys should like us then. Didn't we're the only team that beat Michigan, so TCU was the last team to beat Michigan in the semifinals last in 2023 or 22. I mean,
How about Wildcats? Anybody a Wildcats fan here? Or no?
No,
No, but
no. I don't think
No,
we
I
have
remember
any.
when he did the wrong way run. Yeah, I remember
Okay,
that.
okay. I'm gonna bet you.
Does anybody know what college that even is? Or
University of Kentucky.
College.
no?
Yeah,
Kentucky
Wildcats
Wildcats.
go to Kentucky.
Wildcats could be Kentucky. There's about 10 teams that have Wildcat name. Arizona, Kentucky.
Boo boo lip. Boo boo lip. Nobody.
So I had to ask Chat. I had to ask.
Nobody
ChatGPT.
knows. That's where I went to college. Nobody knows.
Where'd you go?
Northwestern.
Oh, Northwestern too. That's in the Wildcats too. That's right.
You went to a really good college, Northwestern.
Yeah, Northwestern's a good school.
That's a good school.
I did. Yes, I did. I worked my way through it too. Holy shit.
What did you major in?
I don't want to say. Will make fun of me.
No, we won't. We don't do. Do we ever make fun of anybody on this panel?
It was just a generic English lit.
Nothing wrong with that.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
But I double minored. I double minored because I wasn't really sure at first what I was gonna do.
Ray, if it makes you feel any better, I majored in humanities. So
Oh, okay. 'Cause you could teach with just about any, Then I got a master's in library science, so
Right.
Good.
I
And
wasn't really sure if I was gonna go be a psychologist or what. So I minored in psychology and also minored in world history. So
oh, cool.
See there? There's nothing wrong with that.
it was a lot. I had to work my way through it though. So
It was worth it, right? You got your.
no, because I did, but it's worthless because where are libraries going right now?
Online.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, well, they still have lots
I
of good
burned
college
out on
libraries.
that. Burned out on that. Well, there's always college libraries. Yeah, I taught in one, reference research, but it burned out. You burn out really fast on teaching.
So
Yeah, oh, yeah.
when you was a librarian, did you wear your hair in a bun?
No, that's not. No, I didn't. I know people like to think that, but no, I did not. It's not a requirement to wear that or glasses on a chain or a cardigan.
Well, so
Yeah,
no,
the
no
sweat-
pencil in the hair.
Yeah, I was having your pencil in the hair.
No, it's not a requirement to do any of that. I wore my hair down, unless I wanted it up, but no. Actually, I had really long hair that I wore down.
There's nothing wrong with being a librarian. Librarians,
The thing about
My family would make fun of me a lot. They would say, "Oh, what are you taking this semester? Is it advanced shushing or advanced ruler smacking?" They didn't understand the classes that were involved with library science. You know what I mean? They didn't understand it. So
Yeah, I can
I
imagine.
did take advanced shushing, and I got an A in that class.
right.
I
so-
had the same exact problem where I couldn't. Where people just didn't understand what I was taking. And I tried to explain it to them, but one person I tried to explain to it really didn't want to listen. He acted like he wanted to, but didn't really care.
Yeah. I mean, I found it funny. The jokes were funny. I laughed because, people they just didn't understand that libraries have like a whole big involved back, what it takes to run a library, with acquisitions, with you know, just what it takes to run a library is
So,
there's a
so
lot.
basically what Florida says about libraries is completely wrong. So that's what you're saying.
Yes, although we
They're
do
wrong
take a
about
class on
everything. for the
tyranny.
most part.
We do take classes on tyranny. That is true.
Hmm.
We do learn how to become tyrants. So
Oh yeah, I went to FSU and learned how to become a tyrant myself.
Oh, so you went to Florida? You a Seminole?
Yeah, I'm a Seminole.
Oh Lord, I'm like,
I would say these days, unless like somebody just said, unless you're going to specialize, become a teacher or an accountant, something like that, go into the trades. You know, do something in the trades because you're better off. You know, these jobs, these white collar jobs are going to burn you out. They don't care about you. They don't pay you what you're worth. You know what I mean? It's just unless you're going to specialize, do something like IT or an accountant or a teacher. Just forget college. It's a waste of money. They just want you to pay to go do math and science and history stuff, prereqs that you've already learned. You know, just go into the trades or just go get a job. You know.
But since you bring that, but do you all actually use algebra in the real world?
No, you don't. I never once did.
So what do we need it for?
Well,
It depends on what your field
Unless
is.
you're going to specialize, like you will if you're going to be an engineer or
if you're an
something of that
engineer
nature.
or
wait a minute, you don't do algebra for fun? You don't sit there and do
No, I've never
FOIL,
once did
you
algebra
don't
for
do FOIL,
fun.
okay. You don't do FOIL problems just for the heck of it?
I could
I
not
don't.
stand algebra.
I
Still
couldn't
get it.
either. I never
Well,
even
thing
made
is,
it to.
college is going in a general direction like that to prepare you for any possibility. I mean, if you get into a field where that requires a lot of math, you're going to use that math, such as engineering or like if you're in NASA or something like that.
But
I mean,
college should steer you into where your major is going to be. They shouldn't make you take all their prereqs if your major isn't going to be math.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're not going to be a major engineer, they shouldn't make you do all the prereqs that have all the stupid math involved.
But more or less focus on the areas that your
Right.
your
They're
studies
just
are.
in it for making money. That's all it is. It's 2 years of money making. They shouldn't even. That's why kids go into all this debt because they have to take all these prereqs. It's 2 years.
You know
of
how much debt my
nonsense.
sister's gotten into? You
Yeah.
know, my sister got into close to $70,000 in debt because of college.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. I was lucky to only come out with 30 grand of debt.
You don't know how much debt I had?
How much?
Because I
6,000.
worked.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah,
I
I
was
was-
worked.
I was very fortunate. I had a job. I served at church most of the time, and we actually got out. Well, my wife and I both got out of college debt free. So
That's good.
Yeah. I worked 3 jobs to get out with only 30 grand for 6 years of college. So
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you go to a trade
at the
school,
time,
you still get debt, right? If you go to a trade school, right?
a trade school,
Yeah.
trades will only teach you the trades. They don't go through all that other nonsense you don't need. And the trades always need jobs. They're always gonna, need
They're always looking for welders. They're always looking for plumbers. They're always looking-
electricians and plumbers. Yeah.
And they make and with
Construction?
electrician and plumb, they make good money.
and they
And
do.
I'll tell you this right now, construction is one of the things that usually recession proof. Usually, I will say. I'm not going to say that it's always recession proof, but it's usually recession proof. So
The thing to keep in mind with like around three of the 6 of us that's on this panel, we can say for a fact right now the AC guy is very, very popular.
yes, I don't have AC, but I did usually have it. Yes,
I
yes.
just had I live in apartments. So I just had to make this man here yesterday because my air conditioner would not get cold for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I turned it all the way down to 68 degrees and did not get cold.
Oh my.
And it took him 2 hours to get here, and only 5 minutes to fix it.
So Blackheart and I are also probably in a field that's pretty recession proof.
Education, yeah.
Yeah.
Education.
Education.
Well, yeah, I meant that. Like, there's some other jobs too, like that are recession proof. But
Mhm.
like, if you're an accountant, you can probably worry. You know what I mean? I'm saying, but you know what I meant by that.
Now,
Yeah, I got you.
Now, where I'm at right now, as far as my job goes, I'm doing my paraprofessional thing and waiting for the opportunity to get into the teaching position, and then I'll go from there.
You teach high school also?
Huh?
You teach high school also?
No, I don't teach high school. I just I'm a special education paraprofessional. I deal with the special needs students. Well, I'm particularly assigned to 2 students who need a greater amount of attention.
Which, in my opinion, means you have wing. You're an angel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you know,
Yes.
teachers
tells me
like
that-
you all should be paid more because
Yeah.
that's
Well, it tells me a lot.
Like we were talking about football players. In my mind, they get paid these millions and millions and millions of dollars, to throw a ball around the field. But here we
Get
have
me started on that.
teachers like Blackheart Knight that get paid barely anything, to teach these special needs children.
Mhm.
He's a special person for doing that. You know what I mean? And
A lot of patience.
why can't he get paid?
A lot of patience. Yes.
Yeah, why can't he get
I mean,
paid?
I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
Yeah, but here we have teachers and doctors and nurses and all these other professionals that are underpaid, and yet we got these guys throwing a ball around the field getting paid bazillions of dollars.
especially
Doesn't
nurses.
make sense to me. Yeah, nurses and all these people that go to work every day and treat people and teach people, and they don't have to be doing it, but they do because they're the type of people that care.
Yes.
Especially nurses that works in the hospice and in ICU.
Kids
I
that,
don't
that
see how
yeah,
they do
the
it.
children's, the people that treat children that are dying. I could never.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. When I was right after I had my heart surgery, I'll tell you what, those nurses in the ICU, I would have
Yeah.
paid them. They were great.
My ICU
Yeah.
nurses they're a different breed, and
Oh, yeah, definitely are.
they were the kindest people.
But here's the thing to keep in mind: if you have a family member that is a nurse and you're feeling a little sick, they're not going to let you get by with being saying you're hurting. No, they're going to make you do stuff. You ain't give it. You can do it. Get up, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know
I'm speaking from experience.
because when I was in the ICU in 2016, those nurses there, they was so good to work with.
They're different than nurses on like a floor, even though all
Yeah.
nurses, in my opinion, are angels put on earth. You know what I mean? ICU
Yeah.
nurses are a cut above. You know what I mean?
But every
They
now
are
and
the
then
kindest
you would
people
want
I
into
ever
that one
met.
nurse.
Hmm?
You would want into
Oh,
that
Nurse
one nurse every
Ratchet?
now and then.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
the
didn't
one.
need to be a nurse. She didn't need to be a nurse. She needed to not. She was one that was like probably burnt out and needed either a long break or needed to quit.
Yeah,
And
You know what I mean?
unfortunately, there are people who do get in the nursing field for the wrong reasons, and they're the ones who will burn out quickly.
Yeah.
But we
But
are
the rest
now
of them were great. Especially in the ICU. I have never been in the ICU before, fortunately, and so it was a scary experience. But they try and make it as easy on you as they can.
yeah.
All right.
See, the thing is, though, I didn't know I was in the ITU till I woke up 2 days later because I was
Yeah, me
intubated.
too.
So
Yeah,
we
me
are at
too.
our 2-hour mark now, and I think it is time for us to start wrapping things up. I do want to say thank you for everyone for being here on the show. I appreciate you guys jumping in. And let me just get the outro started. I would like to thank all of our guests tonight. Also, thank you to all of you for watching. I can't do this show without you. If you have short stories, poems, or music that you would like to featured on this channel, please email them to j.lanou.stories@gmail.com. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, take care of yourself